Warm greetings from the high 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans, and thanks for joining me. Yes. You knew I was coming back. Amen. Bill Cosby has been released from prison. That is the 411, the word on the street. Tonight's discussion will be what happened to make judges, plural, release William Cosby from prison. That is tonight's discussion. I would like for you to hit the link to give me your opinion pertaining to William Cosby being released. I will play audio from a YouTube video that you can go to verify for yourself to get the 411 pertaining to what was said on his compound today by, I'm assuming, his dream team attorneys. Lady was very theatrical. This lady talking, speaking, very, very theatrical. That's the 411, and that's tonight's discussion. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Night Owl. How are you? Thank you so very much. I had 8 viewing. Okay, it's not that serious. Thank you. Okay. Excuse me 1 minute. One step away. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Thank you all for joining me. Please get your chocolates and your wine and join the discussion. Have to turn the lights down a little bit. A little bit warm in this location. Thank you all for joining me. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Get myself situated here. Hello. Hello, Air Force. Thank you. So kindly. I am hot. I can't get myself situated for some reason. Excuse me. Mercy. Let you all get in here. Hello, Tanya. Hello. Danny, how are you? Thank you so much for joining me. I'm missing a mod tonight. Hopefully Crystal will fall in. Whew, mercy, excuse me. Very warm here. The high 10. I'm about to pass out. Sorry. Hi, Edward. Thanks for joining me. Thank you all for joining me. Hi, Crystal. Thank you for joining me. Joining us. Hey, now. Is Dee Dee in here? Did I miss Dee Dee coming in? Excuse me. I'm trying to get situated. I'm very warm right now. Trying to get everything together. Get this live situated. Won't be any malfunctions. I love you too, baby. I miss you too, honey. Queen got so much to tell ya. Queen got so much to tell you. Oh. Queen's been let me hush. Testify before the court. I ain't got no attorney up here. Let me shut up. $18 in. Come on, everybody. Come on, join the Queen for this dynamic discussion of Bill Cosby being released from prison. What do you think? Did they get it right? Did they get it wrong? The women, did they tell the truth? Some, all. What happened? Statute of limitations? Greedy district attorney? Thirsty district attorney is what's Mr. Bill's Cosby's attorney was saying, basically. He was adamant to get Mr. Cosby in that jailhouse prison cell, and he did. Hey, what they say, don't fake the funk on a nasty dump. He did get Bill in there, but short stay. He's out. Didn't look very well to me, Mr. Cosby. No shade. Homeboy didn't look well to me. Didn't speak during this live interview on the compound. Didn't speak. Didn't say anything. Hell, he couldn't see. Shut up, Queen. Did you say that? I said that. Homeboy couldn't see. Y'all stop it. 80-plus-year-old man, not looking too good. Hello, Jastar. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome all. Come on in. I'm going to drop the link after I bring you this commentary pertaining to William Cosby. Edward, you so happy. Well, somebody may not feel the same way. Might be a few people that were not happy. But I'm going to play you the audio. You can log over to YouTube to see the entire video yourself of Mr. Cosby with the Dream Team outside of his compound. Public statement made by these people, obviously representing him, speaking for him, however you want to word it. I be here for the folks going crazy on Twitter. I be say, what, madam? I don't understand what you're saying now. Anyway, I don't do Twitter. I don't really care for Twitter. I don't want to read comments all day. He is not, because he is innocent. I don't know what you're talking about, Sandy. As I told somebody the other day, make it make sense when you come in here. That's why I don't care for texting. Don't care for even reading the comments, because if I can't understand what you're saying, I don't know what you're talking about. So I don't know what you're saying. Oh, you on Twitter. Well, that's why I said I don't do Twitter. I don't want to read comments all day. I'm getting old. Sorry. Queen's getting older. I just can't do the reading of the comments all day, because I do enough reading just to bring you all this information when I'm going live. Just like the live earlier was very winded because there was so much information out there pertaining to the collapse of Champlain Towers South in Florida, and that takes up a lot of reading because nobody likes to read. But folks sure love to question what you say. Shut up. Hello, everybody. Hello, Dee Dee. Hello, darling. Hello, everybody. 24th viewing. We're going to get this party started. YouTube.com is the source, and then I'll bring the news station to air this. Bill Cosby to be released from prison after Pennsylvania State Supreme Court vacates his sentence, his conviction, rather. Here we go. Let's see if it'll play. Get this audio on here. I hope it plays. Hold on. This is KTVU Fox 2 San Francisco. They're showing an SUV going down the interstate. And in that vehicle, at that time, earlier today, was Mr. Cosby. I'm waiting for the audio to come up. Hold on. I thought I had audio on this video. Well. Hold on. Straight, no chasers. We'll be back. All these people are hugging one another at a SUV, at a car. And some woman is very loud. Why are you arguing? Don't argue. They also had a police officer on board. Another officer. You'll see this video when you log into this video on YouTube.
How do you guys do it in black?
Somebody's asking the officer, how do they do it with all the body armor on? Because it's hot outside, of course. Today was hot, Pennsylvania. Cop said it's tough. Trying to get to the part where the lady spoke. Oh, it's taking so long. I don't remember all this. Thanks for joining me. 31 viewing. Oh, Edward. I'm waiting. I'm hoping to get to the part where he starts talking. Hold on. This is a bit winded. Hold on a second. This is more than an hour. Let me get to the talk. I'm trying to find where they speak. I don't know what's taking so long. I can't find it. I didn't know this video was this long. What in the world is this? Somebody's shoe? Hold on one second. I got it. It's near the end of the video. Hold on. I don't know why it won't go back. I didn't know this video was this long. Hold on. I'm trying to hurry so you can hear what they had to say. Lord, come on. Sorry about this. Thanks for joining me. Got a no property, private property sign, no trespassing on the gate to his home. ADT sign outside. It's like a garbage can or something out there too. There's cameras out there. I don't know why this video is taking, these people taking so long to speak. I just remember this video being this long. Oh my Lord. It's almost like stalking. You're sitting here waiting for somebody to come out. Here we go. This is where they're coming up, walking. His attorney, Bill Cosby, was holding on to his arm. Caucasian lady behind him. Some other people behind him. Entourage. Bill Cosby, very thin. Doesn't look like he can see well. They all arm in arm, locked in. His entourage, attorneys, I'm assuming. Everyone locked arm in arm. You can see the video. KTVU Fox 2 San Francisco is the source for this video. He's waving. Bill Cosby smiling. I don't see the wife. He did say something briefly.
We want to thank the Pennsylvania State Supreme Court, as I mentioned earlier, for reviewing Mr. Cosby's appeal, but also seeing the light, seeing the lies, seeing that Mr. Cosby had immunity. This U.S. citizen who served our country in the Navy, not just in the Navy, but he served our country in so many different ways with his celebrity, him and Mrs. Cosby. Mr. Cosby has always used his celebrity, his name, his likeness to uplift women. This is a man who refused to perform in the White House with Nixon. Nixon put him on a communist list in the 60s, along with so many other great names like Dick Gregory, Jane Fonda. How could a man who was being watched by the FBI every day be raping and drugging women in the 60s and 70s, especially a black man? Today, innocence came to Mr. Cosby with the help of these wonderful attorneys. To his right, you will see Ms. Jennifer Bungie. She argued the appeal. To my left, you see Brian Perry. To Brian's left, Ashley Cohen. And then you have Kelly Cool. These are women and men who from all walks of life. As I said earlier, James Brown made a song, "It's a Man's World. There would be nothing without a woman and girl." Mrs. Cosby was that woman. For 57 years, the queen, the matriarch of the Cosby family, who fought for his vindication, who said he would be vindicated. And today, on this hot day, this is a hot verdict for us that we will forever cherish, because we got one of the greatest entertainer alive today, Mr. Bill Cosby, this great American citizen, this American treasure, this icon. With us today. Miss Bungie, Miss Bungie?
Yes, obviously we are thrilled to have Mr. Cosby home. He served 3 years of an unjust sentence.
Too long.
He did it with dignity and principle, and he was a mentor to other inmates. He was really, as I say, doing the time. The time was not doing him. He's a classy man. And I want to say this about the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. They demonstrated that they were impervious to the court of public opinion, which, frankly, the lower courts were not. Mr. Cosby, we knew all along he never should have been prosecuted for this. He had every right to rely on the prosecutor's word. And they pulled the rug out from underneath him because of politics, because of the court of public opinion, and that is not how our system should operate. When that happens, there cannot be a just sentence. And if there had been a just verdict and a just sentence, we wouldn't be here fighting. But there was not a just sentence and a not a just verdict. And I think it's really important that we keep our eye on the ball, that our Constitution is sacred, and that we need to uphold it at all times. And I'm glad that the Pennsylvania Supreme Court saw it.
Brian Perry.
I'm very proud of the team that we put together. Very proud to be part of this case. We always thought that eventually this is where it would end up. Mr. Cosby and I had many talks over the last couple of years. I predicted it, and we're here. It's a good day for the Cosby family.
Mr. Cosby, how does it feel to be home? Well, he is extremely happy to be home. He looks forward to reuniting with his wife and his children. And obviously, this has been a hard 3 years for this entire family. And it's really a blessing for him. And he says, you know, his heart is just beating really fast, and he's happy to be here.
You see, he doesn't speak.
Help Mr. Cosby, and I'm just proud to be here and watch him get released.
And this wonderful attorney, Haley, you see right here. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Her father was in prison with Mr. Cosby, and he sent a message to Mr. Cosby before he left today for her. Say a few words.
He did. He said he loves me very, very much, and
What's your father's name?
Richard. And I in return love him very, very much in return, and I was glad that Mr. Cosby and got to know each other while incarcerated together, and I'm blessed and so grateful to be here to see Mr. Cosby be released.
And in closing, this was an unwanted 3-year vacation that Mr. Cosby never asked for. But in hindsight, we're happy that he got it because he was able to pull the covers off of the corruption in Montgomery County with the crooked DA, with the crooked judge, Steele and O'Neill. These same people find this man as an American citizen. I don't know how a DA has that much time on his hand to find him $2,010 for not cutting his yard. I was on the way to pay that fine when I got a call from Nick the Hag. And Nick told me that they had vacated the conviction. You know, what we saw today was justice. Justice for all Americans. Mr. Cosby conviction being overturned is for the world and all Americans who are being treated unfairly by the judicial system and some bad officers, because all officers are not bad. So we want to thank this entire team. We want to thank Mrs. Cosby, her family. I want to thank my family, and just thank you all for those who decided to tell the truth and allowed us to tell the truth. We had the opportunity. Thank you.
You have anything to say?
Mr. Cosby, how you feeling? Are you happy to be out?
He's walked off with his entourage.
When you make this video, I'm telling you, they let the white boy do it. You better do it right, Bill. I'm not playing with you, Nick. You better tell the real story, Nick. Don't play around. I mean it.
I don't know who this lady is doing all this hollering.
You better tell the real story, Nick. I'm not playing with you, Nick. You better tell the truth. Don't cry both sides of the fence, Nick. I'm right here behind you with your pole. I got your phone. You better do right by him, Nick. I mean it. I'm gonna be up your ass.
Lady is ratchet.
You better do right by him, Nick. You're gonna hit me in your dream. This literally did. If I could go on a you're gonna hear me in your dreams. You better not deal with Gloria Allred again.
Okay, enough of that. Hollering and screaming. You can watch it for yourself. KTVU Fox 2, San Francisco. KTVU Fox 2, San Francisco is the source for this information of this YouTube video. If you need verification, I'm going to go in and see what I can find, anything new pertaining. I see that some of you are happy that he is out in the chat. I have my own opinions about what has transpired. I will give my opinion briefly, then I'll drop the link pertaining to this. Oh, Lord. Lord, I can't even. I'm dead. I ain't gonna tell y'all what I'm looking at right now. Oh, man, come on. Got another video to come up. Jesus. I no wonder I don't get no rest. Gorilla Glue has a hairline. Shh, I'm dead. I'm so dead. That'll be one of my next lives. So stay tuned for that. Oh, Lord. We'll talk about that. That's one of the next lives I'll do. Lord have mercy. I can't even search for what I'm trying to search for. Hold on one second. Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Thank you all for joining me. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. Thank you so much. For some reason I can't do what I'm trying to do. Stop, Air Force. Okay, I'm going to read you information pertaining to Mr. William Cosby's release from prison. Channel 5, NBC, DFW is the source. Thank you so much for joining me. A look inside the legality behind Bill Cosby's release from prison. Wednesday, Pennsylvania's highest court overturned Bill Cosby's indecent assault conviction, freeing the former comedian from prison after he served 2 years. Standing shoulder to shoulder with his defense team, the 83-year-old said nothing to reporters outside his Pennsylvania home. His spokesperson shared the moment Cosby learned his conviction was vacated. He just said his heart was racing. He couldn't believe it. He said they was ringing in his cell. They was just knocking on the walls, the inmates, and they said, "Look, you're free. Get up, get up." And he was like, "What are these guys talking about?" said Andrew Wyatt. Cosby's attorneys praised Wednesday's decision by Pennsylvania Supreme Court, which found Cosby's rights were violated. Rights were violated after he was told his testimony in a civil lawsuit filed by Andrea Constant would not be used to prosecute him in a criminal case. Okay. As a result of that, Mr. Cosby was forced to give 4 depositions in civil cases where he essentially made a variety of statements incriminating himself, said Tom Melsheimer. Well, I don't know how you spell this. Melsheimer, a Dallas trial lawyer and former federal prosecutor. Because of those statements, Cosby was arrested, charged, and convicted of aggravated indecent assault of Constant. Melsheimer said the case was very unusual and challenging for prosecutors. Very unusual because, first of all, it's rare that cases this old are brought in the first place, he said. Information used to make Wednesday's decision is not new. In fact, Melsheimer said lower courts ruled in favor of prosecutors in the past, but the Pennsylvania Supreme Court has the final say. It's not like the court has said it didn't believe the victims or that somehow the case wasn't proven. This result was purely based on a due process argument that it wasn't fair to prosecute Mr. Cosby under these circumstances, Melsheimer said. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court's ruling said Cosby cannot be put on trial for the same charges again, which most of us know that is the law. He cannot be tried for the same crime twice. The Montgomery County District Attorney released a statement saying, in part, he was found guilty by a jury and now goes free on a procedural issue that is irrelevant to the facts of the crime. That said, information is brought to you by NBC, DFW 5 News, if you need verification of that said information. So basically, it's a technicality that he ended up incriminating himself and was told that whatever information he got was not going to be, make sure I say that correctly. Hold on. Okay, it says Cosby's attorneys praised Wednesday's decision by Pennsylvania Supreme Court, which found Cosby's rights were violated after he was told his testimony in the civil lawsuit filed by Andrea Constant would not be used to prosecute himself. So whatever he told during the civil suit between he and Ms. Constant was used against him to basically put him in the position he got to be arrested. Because once you admit to crimes that you've exacted upon a person, you've admitted to guilt. And that was how he ended up being arrested. My problem is I didn't like the fact that his attorney, this guy, whomever he was, mentioned something about being in the Navy. I thought that was a poor shot to use that because many people have served in the military. And indeed, Bill Cosby has admitted to putting pills, agents in women's drinks in the past. Now, some will argue, well, it was a long time ago, 60s, 70s, 80s, whichsoever. You don't have a camera to show when he did it, blah, blah, blah. Statute of limitations, we know that. One crime that has statute of limitations is what? Rape. Which is what this is, because they didn't consent. Some, all, most, whichsoever, however you want to believe it. But I didn't like that comment he made about him being in the Navy. I thought that was a cheap shot to mention that he had been in the Navy, because I feel like a lot of people have been in the Navy, and perhaps they actually didn't commit a crime. But William has admitted to giving women quaaludes. He doesn't say which women, but he admit back in the 60s, 70s, he did do that. So one will have to say, well, if you did it in the 60s and 70s, 9 times out of 10, you did it in the 80s. You did it in the 90s. Why would you stop? You're Bill Cosby. Flip side is, who's going to believe this woman, that woman? He's famous. We hear this all the time. People are arguing about why they waited so long. Well, this happens all the time. Many women don't admit that they were sexually assaulted whether it's by drugs or by force, because they're too embarrassed to tell the story. And as they say, who's going to believe you? Because most people won't believe that a famous person would, one, attack you, beat you, and or put something in your drink, and or give you something and lie about what they've given you to just relax you. So that's the issue I had with this Dream Team meetup. I didn't like the fact that he mentioned about him being in the military. I just thought that was a cheap shot. I didn't like that at all. And another thing, I didn't like the fact that he mentioned he's helped women. Well, a lot of women would disagree. Some women would say, well, he didn't help me by drugging me or putting something in my drink, whether it was 50 years ago, 40 years ago. That's how some women feel. Why are you saying he's helped some women when a lot of women who we know are decent, upstanding women in the industry have come forward to say he was very, what is the word I want to use? Overt. Letting you know what he wanted, I guess. Always wanting to meet in privacy in his home or wherever. Which, like I told people, that's not the appropriate place to meet a person to discuss roles in movies, such as Weinstein. It's all the same. Is it Weinstein? Epstein. Get them mixed up. Weinstein, the movie producer. Meeting someone in their hotel room is not the appropriate place to do business for anything. Meeting someone in their home, apartment, condo, it's not the appropriate place to do business. That's just how I feel about it. You're asking for trouble to go back to a man's room or hotel room to read for a script or whatever position you're applying for. Job, new job, sales job, whatever the job is. Usually it's a ruse to get you in the room. And that's the point. Once you're in the room, all bets are off. So I was offended by the comment he made about the women. I didn't like that comment, and I didn't like the military comment. I just felt like he shouldn't have said anything about him being in the military, because there are some people who don't believe he should be free, whether it was a technicality or not. Perhaps it was the boomerang effect. His time came back for him to stand account for what he did to somebody, technicality or not. That's my said commentary. I'll drop the link for you to give your personal opinion pertaining to the release of Bill Cosby. Something else that struck me strange is when that guy said, I was on my way to pay the $2,000 fine for the grass to be cut. So that leads me to think, well, isn't Camille there? She doesn't have anyone to cut the grass? Or is she actually at this location that we saw today? Because could it be Camille's not there? Because I just caught that and it sounds strange to me. The grass not being cut means it had to be yay high, whatever that yay high is for that jurisdiction, to get a fine. And 9 times out of 10, you get several notices before you get a fine on paper for your violation or whatever it is at your house that you're being violated for. So that leads me to think that this compound where everyone was gathering today to speak on Mr. Cosby's behalf, nobody stays there. So someone in the chat said, was Camille there? No, she was not. I didn't see her in the entourage. Just a bunch of people who worked on the appeals case. So one would have to ask themselves, where was Camille Cosby? Is she actually at this location with Bill? Or has Camille moved on and that has not been revealed? Because that guy just said in this audio, I was just on my way to pay the $2,000 fine when they called to let me know about him being released. So as I state, something's amiss with that. That possibly he and Camille are not together. Because if she's living at this location, she knows to get the grass cut. She has money to get the grass cut. She wouldn't let the grass grow up. Take it how you want. That's that information. Thank you all for joining me. You're welcome. I always tell you all, listen to what's being said in the commentary. Some people probably didn't even catch any of that was said. Usually I overlook certain things depending on what mood I am when I'm listening to things. Just saying. Is Camille actually there at that location? Or has she left Bill Cosby to his own devices before he even got out of prison? I don't know if I'm writing this down right. Hold on one second. Well, it looked kind of weird to me. Thank you all for joining me. Please donate to the channel. $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. Thank you. God bless all of you. The link has been dropped. If you want to hit the stream to give your commentary pertaining to the release of William H. Cosby, thank you. Get in here. Good. Okay. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to the release of William Cosby. $41 viewing. William Cosby has been released from prison. I do find it interesting. No paperwork. No day later. No 2, 3, 4, 5, however long it takes. I guess obviously once the Supreme Court says yay, you come out that same day. Very interesting. Well, that's my said commentary pertaining to the release of William Cosby. He is free, and that is said information. I will bring you more information pertaining to any new developments pertaining to William Cosby being free now. And as I stated, I found it odd, the guy mentioning that he was on his way to pay a fine for the grass not being cut when he got the news that Mr. Cosby's sentence had been vacated by the Supreme Court. So that leads me to think that perhaps the location where he entered today, this home, is maybe occupied just by him now, was unoccupied. Because as I state, if Mrs. Cosby was living there, I don't see her receiving notices to cut the grass. She would definitely have the grass cut, I'm assuming. Oh, from what I heard, Camille was living near the Pennsylvania jail where her husband was incarcerated until his release on Wednesday afternoon. Don't know if she's going to be living with him. Okay, well, I haven't heard anything. As I stated, I'll bring you that said information pertaining to Mr. Cosby, or any information that I get. Woo, tough crowd. I guess if I was talking about some missing children or dead babies, they hit the link. Sad, very sad. Thank you, Beatrice, for the donation. God bless you. Well, Marilyn, this will be the last critical conversation I'm going to have up here.
Hey, Angela. What's wrong, hon? First off, on this case, it's been an emotional roller coaster for me from the beginning when it happened. I had to go back to the beginning of the case to see how it unfolded. I was confused about a lot of things when it started because initially I did say, like, if you have to drug someone, that is very much the R word. I don't want to just say it, the R word.
Just say assault. Sexual assault.
Well, sexual assault. As I began listening to the women, hearing the testimonies, it then became convoluted because it was this, then it was that, and it was just very much, to me, a circle, because it went from saying all this happened to then we found out about depositions, and the depositions, he did say he put Quaaludes in drink. Okay, when I heard that, I did say again, that's it. But I had no idea that he did the settlement and they were sealed records, which means they wasn't supposed to be open. But when they got to trial, they were open. So that then said, if you break the law, no matter how you feel about a person, that's going to come back and bite you in the end. And that's the reason I believe he was set free, because it was a technicality is why he was in prison. So that same technicality freed him from prison, because they said the only way they could convict him was the one lady in, I think, Temple, Arizona. It happened in 2012. They had so much time before the statute of limitations ran out, took her case and said they could convict him for sexual assault based on that. Then they got the Andrea woman who took a settlement, and that was supposed to be sealed, and used her in there. So see, I'm not gonna say he did it. I ain't gonna say he didn't do it. I wasn't there. But he didn't get due process. And that's fact. He got convicted because it was in the media every day, 24/7. 24/7.
Well, listen, do you think he should have said something about giving the women Quaaludes in his deposition at the civil suit? Yes or no?
Yeah, because then that would be perjury if you lie, right?
Okay, but guess what? This is the same person who said he ain't never done nothing. So this is why I keep telling people always listen to the information that's been given to you.
And that's what I said when he said it. The first thing I said was he
I
did
didn't
it.
do this. I didn't do this. I didn't do this. They're all lying. Then you admit it in a deposition. Then they tell you, oh, it's never going to come out, but it's in a courtroom where people can hear. You're admitting that you've done this before, and then yes, they used it against him. But you admitted that you didn't do it. So ask yourself this: one can say you asked for that because you told that you did do this type of behavior,
right?
Whether it was old news 2 years ago, 5, you admitted
right.
it. You didn't want the people to know you did that. Should have never owned that you did that. Don't believe somebody saying this. What you say in here is not going to be used against you tomorrow, 5 years. No, only a fool would believe that.
I mean, yeah, but that's why I was confused, because if there was a deposition for a settlement and it wasn't supposed to be used, then they were not supposed to use it. I mean, that's what they agreed to. People mad.
But you still in an open court admitted to a crime.
Right. And he paid a settlement. Right. It was a deposition for a settlement. It wasn't criminal. So if that's the case, you can't go back and say, well, we want to get him. We want to get him now, so we're going to go back and do it. That's what confused me. Because if you tell me one thing and you are upholding the law, then I go by what you say. But then if you didn't backtrack and say the only way we're going to get you is go back.
I never did nothing.
I mean, that would be logical to me, but I'm not him. And so I don't know. That's why I was confused by the whole case. But the women that took money, that confused me. You took the money, right? Well, it seemed like to me, if you took the money, then how was charges brought?
A lot of people do sue people even after a criminal case, whether they win or don't win. After they go to court for the criminal, they usually sue the person who has money to sue.
Right.
Such as the issue with OJ. He won in a court of his peers. So the families felt like, okay, since you all going to give him this verdict, not guilty, I'll do him one better. I'll sue him.
Right. So that's why I was confused by it, because they were like all these women, but then they were like, I moved past how many years it been. Okay. I moved past that. Whereas a lot of people, i.e. my husband, did not. And I was like, so is he convicted of all these women? Then they were like, no, he can be convicted of only one of these women. And then it then went back to, well, we still gonna have them as character witnesses. I mean, the case was tainted. And to make it even more just, people need to understand, the Supreme Court found issues with the case. The Supreme Court set him free. He went to the highest court. The Supreme Court does not like overturning convictions. History, they don't. But they did in this case, which means the DA
that's going to be the issue now for the judge who presided over the case. That's getting ready to be the new hot topic.
Hi, ladies.
What?
Hello.
Hey, sis.
How y'all doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah. I agree with you wholeheartedly tonight, Al. To me personally, yeah, I think he did it. But all this time, and like to say, you guys all took that money. You signed those, what is it called? NDAs or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Gag orders or something.
And then this Andrea Constant.
Right.
After he was convicted, she sat on an interview with Kate Snow and Dateline and admitted he gave her 3 blue pills and she took them herself.
Yeah. See, people don't do the history of it, because I kept asking. I said, was he convicted of all 60 women or just the one woman? And then they own magazines. I don't say this a million times. I'm a survivor of a sexual assault. I understand, not saying I get all that better than anybody who's not been assaulted.
Right.
But I've always said for myself, I don't want the assault, the person that did the assault money. I didn't want their body. I want them to spend the rest of their life in prison. Period.
And
Point blank.
you know what, a night out, and that's the way they should have went, and they was gonna get the payday afterwards. But they should have went through
Right.
the criminal course first, instead of taking that money, signing these things, and want to hush hush for decades, and now you all want to step out. That's where you mess up, and it makes it hard for women that it's happening to today.
Right.
You
That
know,
was my
but
issue.
I truly believe it happened. I do,
Yeah.
and like
Something
you say,
happened, but then everybody keep talking about he did this since the 30s and the 40s. What black man y'all know was raping white women
Yeah.
in the
Oh, I didn't like
30s
that
and
later.
40s?
He said the FBI was watching him. That's something else he said I didn't like. You can get around it
yeah.
without the FBI was not watching Bill Cosby every day. That was maybe a short time. Whatever was going on with Nixon and whoever he just didn't like at that time. But I'm not getting ready to believe day for day the FBI was following Bill Cosby around.
I got something else to say. And the FBI
What?
wasn't in the room with him either. I'll wait.
Mm.
So
But see,
yeah,
That
he
that's
was
what I
doing
said.
that.
they,
He
What
was
got
doing that.
he
they were
wasn't
watching
rich
all
in
that
the 40s,
time.
in the 50s.
In late 60s and stuff. But afterwards, certain period of time, I don't believe the FBI was following Bill Cosby around. I don't believe that.
Nah, they weren't that interested.
I don't
Yeah, I don't
think
think they
so
was.
either. I didn't even know about that. I keep going back to the women that said that they were 14. One said
Later,
she was 17.
I
They
didn't
was
like.
at the Playboy house. And if they at the Playboy house at 14 to 17 years old, they doing their time. I don't know what people know about Hugh Hefner, but watch documentaries on them. Everybody was doing everything. They never arrested Hugh Hefner, and he's been with young girls. I don't know why people overlooked it, but okay.
No,
He been doing it forever.
they didn't overlook it. They just didn't care.
Yeah,
Right,
that.
Hmm, I hate to say it because Hugh
right,
Hefner was a white man.
right.
If that was a black man doing that, he would have been under a jail. I'm not being racist or anything, but people, let's call it for what it really is. It would have happened like that.
Because they said that Bill Cosby assaulted some of these women that's in this case, that it happened at the Playboy house. And I was like, you were
Oh,
14, you were 17. I watched it on Dateline. And so I said, so you mean to tell me that black man did that and nobody lynched him? He wasn't rich then.
but they wasn't gonna go in the Playboy mansion anyway because that was owned by a white man. They had to take all of them.
Right.
I'm
That's
like,
why I
oh,
said taste was tainted. Because if I went back to the beginning and I listened to each lady story, I did.
mm-hmm.
And I said, well, that couldn't be possibly true. That man did that in the 40s and he wasn't rich. And you went home to your mom and daddy and didn't say nothing when
But
they
some
lynched other
mm,
people that they thought did something.
that
Okay.
didn't do any, yeah. Hmm.
All right.
But a lot of them people, I hate to say it, was using they were pimping out their poor children, getting paid. That's the
White
sad
Pretty
thing.
K, Jennifer Dixon did admit she lied. And so did Beverly Johnson team. But I mean, I
Oh
ain't gonna
yeah,
say nothing.
uh-huh, yeah, yeah, they
About that.
did get them. Hmm. But yeah, I had read also, I don't know how true it
I didn't
was, it
want to
was
think that she
us
fired Beverly Johnson.
mm-hmm. U.S. Weekly said that Camille stays out there close in Pennsylvania, was close by the prison. So I don't know how true that was, but
Mhm.
I'm like you, Queen. I thought that was very ironic when I heard his attorney said they wanted to find him for high grass. Did y'all know something was coming down the pipeline? So let's mess with it one more last time.
Possibly.
That was so
Mhm.
stupid. That was so stupid.
I don't know who the woman was hollering, but I'm just gonna tell people this again. It's people walking around right now that we know committed crimes or feel like committed crime, but your feelings and facts don't win cases. But when you go and put the cart before the horse, then this happens.
Yeah.
People
Hmm.
walk free. People walk free. And
Yeah.
people that's saying this is not necessarily saying that these women lie. What I'm telling you is People have people that they lost or something happened to, and then we can say, well, we know for a fact they did it, they did it, they did it. But if it
Mm-hmm.
can't be proven, we just have to wait and go on and deal with it. But they wanted him in jail so bad, he went to jail. What's the problem now? He out, but he went to jail, right? That's what everybody wanted.
And you know
That
what I
same
thought?
technicality.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about that first DA. Okay, you said you was not going to file any criminal charges. Undoubtedly, I guess he felt like he couldn't prove it.
Right.
And then this other person ran against him and used that in
Mm-hmm.
his campaign. That's how he won.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And now look, mud in the face because look what you did. I'm
Right.
like, wow.
That's why I tell people, why y'all not mad with y'all self? Y'all like to track cases in the media. And Queen, you
Yeah.
say it all the time. People don't pay attention and listen. When you track cases on social media and then you got the results you wanted, he was found guilty, he went to jail. Supreme Court said, well, now they didn't do this right. Well, why y'all not mad with the Supreme Court? Why ain't nobody boycotting the Supreme Court, going up there, getting on loud? Right? Why? Oh, I
Because
know why, because y'all know better.
you know they was doing they went through about the law.
Right.
That's all they could do is go by the law. I'm like,
So if
oh
they went
wow.
by the law, what do that tell you about the lower court?
Well, you heard what his attorney them said. That crooked DA and crooked judge. I was like, wow. Oh yeah,
What
he
about
was putting on thick.
the next to go on the firing squad?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Judge, they're gonna say you knew better.
And you know what, Queen? In his what the deposition for the civil case, the damn fool should have said, "I take the fifth."
Right? That
I
what
wouldn't have
Queen
answered.
said.
I wouldn't have answered.
I'd
Me.
have never in open court that I gave women quaaludes because what you're doing is setting yourself up. Like the article just said, you incriminated yourself. You want me to believe
Yeah.
you did it in 60s, 70s, but you didn't do it in the 80s and 90s, 2015, 10, whatever. Why would I think you
Mm-hmm.
did? You're used to that.
That's your mo.
That's your MO. So
That's right.
some of the women probably weren't lying.
I don't believe a lot of them
Frame
was.
was like they said, went past the date of filing charges.
Yeah, statute of
Which means
limitations.
that all the women shouldn't have been character witnesses now. See what I'm saying? You can't tell me I got statute of limitations for one person, and then over here you say, "Oh no, we're gonna get them." Bypass that because what they did now makes any person that's convicted say, "Well, y'all got this person from 1920. My case was in 1900. I want a conviction." Well, now what about those people? See, people miss everything because everybody want to be right.
I'm speaking of Bill Cosby saying that he did give women quaaludes in the early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm speaking of.
Mm-hmm.
Not you, Queen.
Nobody listens to nothing I
Just
say.
the fact that they bypassed its limitation for a reason, except for murder. That means the
Right.
women names, their faces, and all that shouldn't have even been attached to this case.
Well, they wanted
The more
they
women you see, you gonna say, "Oh yeah, he did all them women." Well, the women ain't taking no accountability. I'm not finna sit here and play like if you 20 some years old, you don't know what goes on at 3 a.m. with a married man, a single man, or anybody at their house, in a hotel, in the back alley, in the car. What? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
I ain't saying no woman deserves it. I'm saying, you mean to tell me people grown and they didn't know that 3 o'clock I ain't reading no script?
Yeah, they knew. Some of them, I think some of them went 2 or 3 times, or 1 or 2 times. You know
The one that sued, I think, did. That's what they found as a problem, I guess.
what is it?
Right.
Was that Andrea Constant?
I think it was the issue of one time I went, felt funny, so it was like, well, then why would you go back? Something.
Wasn't she the one her mother took back? I'm thinking, and I'm like, what? Your mama was feeding you to the wolf.
But nobody talked. That's why I kept asking. I was like, that's when I went back to the case. People go back to the beginning. Nobody
Yeah.
said they ain't taking no accountability. He did all this. I was like, well, he was a busy man to do that many women in these time frames.
But that's how I look at it. It's been done before by many men. And just
Right.
because it does not cry wolf at that time doesn't mean it did not happen.
Right.
So
Like I said,
women are being judged for not
Agree.
at that time. But we already know that once you're a famous person, people are not, women are not eager to just prosecute, come forward, because they already know what people are going to think. They're going to think the
Right.
worst of them. You went to their house, you went to their home, you got in their car, however it went down.
Right.
And all that's
Right.
going to come out in a courtroom. All your dirty secrets will come out.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Whatever you did yesterday, 5 days ago, that lawyer's getting ready to go look and dig and poke and prod anything you've done.
He gonna get your weekly trash cans,
So,
everything.
you
Your
know,
neighbor.
hmm Wow. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that
I,
was
I
my
believe.
question from the beginning. I'm like, well, if you waited for it, I'm trying to understand it's a limitation for a reason. So do we say throw that out the window? Because
I
if that's the case,
there's no limitation for murder. That's
Yeah.
that's
right?
that's off. It doesn't matter. All 50 states is the same. I do have a problem with the limitations of statutes for rape because you're basically telling a person that a certain amount of time goes by, we can't prosecute the person even if we find evidence, which is wrong.
Right.
Because if you can find evidence that the person was sexually assaulted or drugged, poison, whatever, however you want to word it, that's wrong.
Right. I've always said that.
That's why Bill Cosby didn't mind saying he gave him Quaaludes. He knew what the hell he was doing when he said it.
Right.
I did this before.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
And I'm still.
That's to me, I don't care what you say. Everybody, y'all entitled to y'all opinion. That's a sociopath right there. Yeah, I did that a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I'm still doing it. I still got that habit.
That's what I said, Diddy.
Would have even said that. I would have said nothing.
Yeah. That's what I say.
That's what I
take the
said.
stick.
You're admitting that you're that guy that people say that you're not. So now we got to prove that you gave this lady and this lady something in this year. That's where the problem came in. But I would have never admitted that, yes, once before. You know, it was like how they like to talk. It was the 60s, 70s. I used to give the ladies.
Everybody was doing it.
You never said nothing.
Well,
True.
y'all,
That's true.
I tell people all the time, go back to your DA, Gloria Allred, with all them people that paraded these people like show them ponies. Them, they fumbled. Yeah. Because I kept saying, well, if he's not going to be convicted of all these women, but the public hear all these women, they going to say he guilty.
Yeah, they're gonna convict him.
They threw all that in
I
there.
told somebody
And
today. He said, "Answer, you better not say what you're gonna say. I am gonna say because it's my program." He ain't getting ready to give nobody no Quaalude now because he can't see. Shut up, Sadie.
No, he
now
sure
you might
can't.
not-
Yeah, well, yeah, they deemed him legally blind in prison. Yeah, he cannot see.
You can.
I
He
would
could
say this.
walk. He could see, and hell, he didn't talk. So that tells me a whole lot about William. William ain't hitting on nothing right now. William is barely living, and I told this person tonight, same person. I won't be
Right.
surprised if shortly after this
Yeah.
release, he passes on.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
just
I
what
said
happens.
that in prison.
They get released, and at an old age like that, they don't live long.
Right.
I'm going to say this. Bill stood 10 toes down. See, y'all, these people that be talking about they real, Bill said he ain't take no plea agreement. He ain't going to class. He went to the Supreme Court.
What did he say?
For people
I'll
that's
stay here
doing
and do the.
entertainment, please save your money so you can get you some good lawyers. If you
Yeah,
think you're going to do something stupid.
Yeah, because Bill said no. I'll do the 10 years. I was like, wow.
I'm going to do the 10.
Because he didn't want that on his record to say,
Record.
I did it to drugging women.
Yep.
Although I love my freedom, I obviously didn't love it enough because I was doing this facetious. I was doing this type of behavior before. I just didn't get caught. Nobody went and ran and told where to get prosecuted. But even in my old age, and I want to live and still do me, I ain't going to admit that I am that guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't get why people mad. Like, why people not talk to the Supreme Court? Because obviously they found the findings.
It was
They listened to the tape.
It was the
Oh, Air Force, don't bring that NBC stuff up. Y'all wear that out.
not that. It was the Pennsylvania Supreme Court.
They don't let us out and overturn convictions like
No,
that,
no, ma'am, no,
rich or
ma'am.
not.
I don't care what state it is. No.
Rich or not.
Yes.
They quick to say no, denied.
But they knew the injustice.
He's not the only one to make passes at women, whether it be by drugs, pills, sleeping pills, mollies, touching, groping, forceful sex. He is not the first. He will not be the last. We've seen that with Weinstein, Epstein. These men like kitty cat. And as Weinstein, as I said in my last live about him, hey, Weinstein couldn't do anything but, do that to the ladies because he didn't have anything down there. Said in court, couldn't tell if it was a girl or a guy. It was like a girl down there. Yeah, yikes.
And
quiet as hell. I forgot to tell you that. Shut up, Queen.
Quiet as kept. I didn't know Weinstein had got sentenced either.
Yeah.
He screwed himself. He screwed his brother because for some of you didn't know that company he had was with his brother.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it was him and his brother. Yeah.
When the ladies came with the bell, with the reaper, that's your brother up.
Wow. Yep. That's sad.
He
That's
sure
sad.
did.
See, people don't think about that when they're out there doing things because that's the thing. It's me against the world. I'm going to do me. That's how a sociopath thinks. A narcissist thinks. I'm never going to get caught. I am the head honcho, the head knocker. Nothing is going to happen to me. Air Force,
that's how they think.
I'm not going to get caught. He ain't going to tell. She ain't going to tell. They like me. I'm important. I'm somebody. Just like what the lawyer guy was saying in the thing today.
Yeah.
Hey, he uplifted women. He did this. He used a celebrity for this. Yeah, and he used a celebrity to get in them gals' pants too.
Yeah, Queen. I agree with you on that. He should have stuck to the points of the case, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't want to hear nothing about the military.
That is it.
I don't want to hear nothing about he helped women because some people are going to take that be very offended by that comment. He helped women. They're like, yeah, he helped drug them. He helped make passes at them.
Well, yeah, I was a little bit pissed about that. Really? You got nerve to say that?
To say that is very disrespectful due to the fact of why he was released from prison. He was there for sexual assault, drugging somebody. So to say he helped women in the industry in their career, yeah, you may have had some that you didn't come on to, such as maybe those little girls that you were playing daddy to on the Cosby show. Maybe you didn't offend them or overt sexually to them, make a pass to them. But at some point, you put your being in to certain women.
Right.
And the thing that I noticed with Bill William, he liked a certain type of lady. He liked the lighter skinned women.
Right.
Which everyone's entitled to their preference before somebody come in and get jiggy.
They are.
All the women were lighter skinned and white. The only dark baby doll was Beverly, from my understanding.
And her team said she lied. See, that's what I'm saying. But nobody is going to the people that humbled the case. It's people that actually didn't tell the truth.
Janice Dickerson didn't tell the truth either. They said she lied too.
But they was paraded around like show ponies and it. Yeah, he did. I'm like, one bad apple spoils the bunch.
It's easy for this is what I said. This is how I feel like to me. This is no different than R. Kelly. It's all the same. You're being on the chop. You're being put on the chopping block for your old sins that you didn't get caught for. Ain't you to figure that out?
Yeah.
You're getting caught. You put on the chopping block for your old sins.
Yep. That's what he got convicted of.
Maybe in a long time ago, you were found not guilty, but you've been messing with folks' children. Yep. You've been abusing women, holding them captive, whatever the hell you was doing behind closed doors. Some liked it, some didn't. Doesn't matter. You're being held account for what you did and never got caught for.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows that. Karma comes back. That's her job. I ain't got to get you today for what you did. You killed this man today. Don't nobody know about it. But I may wait 10 years and get you on something else. That's what happened with OJ. OJ is the perfect example of the boomerang effects. You got off on killing these people. If you believe you killed them.
And
But you foolishly went in that hotel room, gangster style, with your entourage to get your memorabilia back. And a judge in Nevada said, "You're going down, homeboy."
Yeah.
And he did some nice little years for busting up in that damn hotel room.
Mhm.
And I can honestly say, I actually saw OJ as a human. And that's rare for me because I felt like that wasn't the way to do it. But I understand, even with a narcissist, he wanted his stuff back. And he put it out the wrong way. But karma came home and said, "You've been a naughty, naughty boy. You snuffed out 2 people. And because of your arrogance, you busted up in that room with your friends using weapons. Now I'm going to give you what you stole originally." Although the years he did is no way compensatory to 2 homicides. Let me make that clear. But karma came home because he was a narcissist.
And he got a little bit more when he got in that prison too.
Say what, honey?
I say he got a little bit more. They
Which
almost beat him. They almost beat him to death. He stayed in the prison hospital for almost 2 months in
What?
Lovelock. OJ?
He got beat up.
Yes.
I never heard that.
Mhm. Yes. Mm-hmm. They almost beat him to death. This Didi in
Yep.
Vegas. In
That-
Lovelock prison.
I've never heard that story. Interesting.
Yes. Uh-huh. And he spent almost 2 months in the prison
But
hospital.
you see how things change, though. He is
Yeah.
free.
And he better continue to live that quiet life.
Thing too. Because now you're saying OJ free, Bill Cosby free, Weinstein will probably be next. He'll get sick, and then they'll free him. They'll say he's decrepit, wheelchair bound, senile. It'll be something. And they'll free that little porker.
Yeah, because he was trying to get
I
out
thought they already
during
planned
COVID.
that and he was still in there.
They
Maybe
were trying to do it through COVID.
And maybe somebody put Big Boy on a stick and put him on the grill. If he ain't doing a Tootsie Pop in a Cheerio, my daddy say, you doing a hula hoop in a Cheerio. I tell my daddy, what the hell does that mean? Meaning you little? I said, well, we know big ass ain't gonna never be that little to be doing a hula hoop in a Cheerio. I'm a big guy. Look, that's like the old folks say, she got big bone.
Big bone.
Big bone to this. Spell that, honey. You know,
Big
black
bone.
people, we will come up with a saying. Girl, she big bone. Leave her alone. She big boned it.
I believe now since he's out that he's gonna live that quiet under the radar life.
He got no choice. He can't see.
No. I'm just saying, like Camille, because like I say, you have not seen that woman, and I don't know how long.
You wasn't gonna see her because she wasn't the type to be seen anyway. That's how she lived.
Thank you.
And when all that mess came out about him touching, groping, popping pills, whatever, popping corks, whatever you want to call it, Camille laid in the cut like a lady.
She sure did.
She didn't get ignorant. She didn't get vile. She didn't say, y'all lying, y'all doing this. Like some people rallying for their man. Camille said, y'all got that because maybe Camille knew more than what y'all thought. Stay woke.
The wife always does.
Always knows.
Camille probably whooped his damn tail in that house and then took him on to the courthouse.
You all argue all day. Love you, Bill. I'm going to the salon to get my pedicure. Manicure.
Yeah. See, she's secure. Yeah. See, Bill kept money. Time
to be
Bill didn't go broke.
What you say now?
Bill didn't go broke. He saved his money for the dream team. That should be a lesson.
Bill got more. They say
they did knock a dent in what Bill Cosby worth.
No, they say he worth over 400 million, girl.
Yeah, he up there. He right up under Oprah, under half of what probably Oprah worth. Oprah probably worth about 10 billion. So Bill wasn't hurt for nothing. If Bill right now paid 30 million, 60 million, it's nothing.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Because how you doing, Omi? Because he's lived already. See, that's the thing about being a millionaire, quadruple millionaire, however you want to word it. Those people have already lived. They've already had the best of everything. Once you become 80, 70, and you've had wealth for 30, 40 years, you've seen everything, you've gone everywhere, you've had the best with diamonds, jewelry, eating the finest food. It doesn't even matter if you had to go and live in a trailer.
He's already lived life.
Those people would be content with reminiscing on how they lived. Let me tell you about this, this, and this. When I had this, this, and this, and I was doing this, this, and this.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But you hear people talk like that who committed crimes. People who were in the street, they were big time, dope dealers. They relive that. It's fascinating to them to even relive what they did. All the money they had, all the money they went through, who they spent their money on, where they went. So they'll tell you, it doesn't matter if I ever get it again. I lived when I had it.
Wow.
I think he would probably be at home, low key, got his feet propped up tonight, eating, sleeping on his good feet. And you know, they go have a party or whatever.
Y'all killing me about these good feet propped up.
Yeah, his good feet is propped up.
Bill don't want no party. He gonna have his feet propped up saying, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Correction, Bill can't party.
You can't see her.
You can't even see the kitty. It's like he was grabbing on that man. Oh,
there was no disrespect, y'all, but yeah, you're right. He can't.
No, he can't see the kitty, so you need not worry about the kitty.
Mm-hmm.
Best thing you can do is be like Air Force 5, get you some damn cocoa and lay your ass on down.
And I don't think Bill I don't even think Bill want to sniff a kitty. Hell, I've been in prison for 3 years. Hell no.
I said it. You still gotta be able to see the kitty. No, it's the kitty.
Oh Lord Jesus, I'm over here.
Yeah, exactly.
But Omi, bro, can barely walk. Come on now.
Bro, maybe he took a power nap.
Bro, in bad shape. For those who didn't watch the video, Bill Cosby barely hanging on.
I think when he went to prison.
Okay, Crystal. Scratch and sniff.
She's so crazy.
He on the west end of his house. He got his, I guess, butler or maid or whatever waiting on him, and he ain't on no hard cotton.
Well, my brother, my baby brother, he was talking to me this evening. He had said something about some dude said, what did he say? Some dude said on Facebook, sorry, R. Kelly, or something. I said, what do you mean? I guess he was saying, R. Kelly, you need not think you going anywhere.
You might well sit that on down. You might well please and go on and get that time, bro.
Yeah.
Your money ain't like Bill money.
Even if somebody came with bond money for R. Kelly right now, it wouldn't matter. He has too many holes on him. Nobody's getting ready to spend thousands of dollars per city to bond him out.
Nah.
Waste the money.
Did that woman ever get her money back that the first time?
Right where he need to be. He like boys anyway. It don't matter. Shut up, Queen. I don't know about that, about her getting that money back. Hey, like the lawyer told the lady, you're supposed to know all this before you put your bond money up.
Right.
Supposed to know the stipulations before you go run to the bond, which is true.
Do you know if she ever got her money back or what?
I never heard.
She probably did. They just bypassed it. Huh.
Well, ain't no telling what was going on between she and he. Because you have to ask yourself, why would this chick, whoever she is, come up with that kind of money to give up for Robert Sylvester Kelly?
And why?
Because what did Robert tell her one night? Whose is this? Whose is this?
You know what, Queen? I wouldn't be surprised he hit that money. That was his money. He hit it.
It could be. So you'll never know who's going to because Robert had an entourage like these others. And these people don't want to kiss and tell. They only kiss jail probably now because they didn't have a choice once their name gets on the scroll for wrongdoing. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and talk because I ain't trying to go to prison. I ain't going to prison for Robert Sylvester, but you was willing to be down in the abyss with him when he was on top. Isn't that amazing how people will ride the ride with you when you're up, but when your name gets linked to some crime and foolishness, your way of thinking kind of changes.
Scatter like roaches when they turn the lights on.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody in the chat said she did get her money back.
Oh, okay. Plus 10%. She came out and said, okay.
Y'all ain't gonna work. Hit the link to Mr. William Cosby being released from prison per order of the Supreme Court overturn of his conviction. Drop the link, please. Hello, quiet mode. How are you, dear? Everybody juiced him up. Now Bob is in the gutter. Oh, yeah, he's in the gutter, most definitely.
Yep. It's over with for him.
As Luther once said, it's over now. Shut your mouth. Kitty ain't kitty no more, is it? Shut up, Queen. Let me tell you something. When you stay this long, that stuff you like the most, usually it will be your downfall.
Yeah.
Drugs, liquor, sex, lying, stealing, robbing, defrauding. It will come home. Yeah. The rooster will crow eventually. It may be 5 years, 10, 20, but it will crow.
Homie, where you from? She said Cosby had here and here where I live.
Oh. It's upstate. She's on the East Coast.
Oh.
It's upstate.
Oh.
we know about that performance on Gail King jumping up, crying and all that.
For my life.
I'm looking at him. I was like, Robert, look, I'm talking to what Gail was like, Robert. They can talk bad about Gail if they want to. Gail was cool as a cucumber. Gail, were you scared? Hell no, because she knew Gail could have gave him a right hook. That's a top guy. She'd have drank her water too. She would have rolled with Kelly if it had to take him down up in that flow, up in that flow.
Fight for my life.
What the hell they was? You moved.
I thought that was freedom.
That's why she said. That's why she did just like this, Robert.
I was too tickled when I fell off the bed.
I said, Robert, you better sit down, Robert.
Cause Gail gonna hurt you.
I'll let you look down like you damn retarded. If you don't sit your tail down somewhere and be still, I'll let you look up down like
y'all know how we do. When folks get to jump. Wait a minute. What you doing? Get somewhere and sit down. We ain't doing that.
That's why I said.
Not today, Robert.
Gail had that whole interview where all she said was one word. Robert.
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 Wait a minute. I think she
Boy,
said
if you don't sit your behind down.
Were you scared, Gail? Dang, what a taste his big tail. Y'all better wake up. Somebody about to let that black man come up there and tell them folks good stuff. You go to jail.
Gail said I said it like a mama.
Let me tell you something. Had Robert want to show out there and start throwing and banging stuff around, everybody in there would have been locked up. You wouldn't have to worry about nothing. You would have already in New York holding sales. Shut up.
So you thought them lights was on, they would have been out.
Queen do it. How she said Queen.
Robert. that's my new saying when they get Robert. Who are you talking to? Robert.
You ride it, flip the tail. She ain't split or nothing.
No.
Take your seat, Robert.
Y'all know how we do.
Gail reminded you.
Next time somebody get to talk crazy to me, get acting ignorant, I'm just gonna say it. They're gonna tell me who's Robert.
What?
Gail reminded me of my mom, and I look like, oh Lord.
How you doing? I'm gonna say that's exactly what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Roberts. Now Robert. Andrew, who you talking to? Robert.
Get over there and get that chair, pick it up, set it down.
Do people who act ignorant and stupid, you do them the same way. You talk to them just like that, and you mention somebody else's name, and then they say, "Who are you speaking of, Robert? Do you hear what I'm saying to you?" They gonna say, "Oh, yeah, she crazy." Let me back up. Hey man,
time to get out of here.
hey! Like the old saying, better be carried out by 2 than 6. Stay woke.
They sure do. And she didn't move. She didn't jump back.
You think that casket got handles for nothing? Shut up, Queen.
Oh, Queen.
He took me. I'm fighting for my life. They killing me. She ain't moved. They're like going to your mama house drunk.
Wow. And mama just look at you.
Take me back to Jungle Fever. Gator. Gator, please. Wait a minute. I don't care what nobody say. That's one of the best movies too, besides The Color Purple. Gator in there shaking and shimmying, showing out up in there. Daddy came up in there. Ossie Davis came up in there. Gangster didn't even move. Had a gun. Quote Bible scriptures. There you go. That's how you do a fool. You ain't got to raise your voice. You ain't got to show out. You ain't got to cuss. You just coming out.
Calm.
Just, hey, like this. Got your little pistol. Your little gangster link slow. Bring it up. Bring it down. Quote scripture. Pop. And quote another scripture.
Queen came in.
After the dust.
Let there be light. Amen. That's how you do a fool. Hey, Hannibal Lecter all day long. Blood pressure don't rise. Okay, fool. Hold on.
Hello, Clarice.
Baby.
Clarice.
Yeah, that's my movie too.
Hello, Clarice.
I won't be calling on you, Clarice. The world is much better with you in it. I'm meeting an old friend for lunch. Shut your mouth. I'll see. I said,
Wow.
go.
My lunch has just arrived.
Why he
was crazy. He was crazy as anything, but he was just like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, Hannibal Lecter's like a lot of people. He's a psychopath. He didn't have no empathy. He didn't feel anything. The book is much better, let me tell you. Let me tell you a little short story about that. We talked about the subject of Bill Cosby. But when I was in college, I was in my dorm room. That was on a Friday night, and I had the book, Silence of the Lambs, and I was reading it. And naturally, people were out of the dorm doing their thing on a Friday night. Of course, Miss Lollipop, she's in her dorm reading a damn horror movie book instead of being out doing stuff that young people do. So there was a point where Queen had to go to the bathroom. So Queen said,
oh, Lord.
I don't want to go out there road cup. I peeped out the door and it was dark. And I thought, what a light said. Damn, they turned the lights out. Because it was a Friday night, but I'm thinking to myself, what the hell has got to do with the lights? What the light said? So I'm looking, you know, in this course, I was a little smaller then. I was looking down that door. I looked both ways. I said, and I looked down to the right. That's where the restrooms and the showers were. And I said, damn, Queen, can you run?
No,
Queen, can you run to the restroom? Honey, big girl flew down that hallway like a bat. Do you hear? Put in that style. I was so scared that I tried to use the restroom. I said, Jesus, please don't let nobody come in here. I was scared to death. And reading that damn Silence of the Lambs had shook me to my core. That book, way better than the movie. Because it told you everything about how Hannibal Lecter came to be, how he ended up meeting that guy whose head was in the, in the jug when Clarice went under that storage unit and the head was in that car. Mm-hmm. See, you learned all about that guy and everything. The movie didn't give you all that. But I'm telling you, I come up out that toilet, wash my hands, I flew up out that bathroom. Big girl was getting it back to that door. I said, Jesus,
You
we
fly.
ain't do this no more. We ain't read no more books late night. So then I finished the book. And the next day, they had Silence of the Lambs showing in the auditorium for us for free. And naturally, I was excited because it was like, damn, I just finished the book last night. And naturally, when I watched it, I thought, this wasn't it. You understand what I'm saying? But that's a little short story of the Queen's life. Reading crazy horror stories late night and having to run down the hallway in the dorm. And the first thing I thought was, you get cornered in this bathroom, Queen, you on your own. You gonna have to fight.
No.
I'm sorry, Queen. I would have had a cup in the room. I'm not going.
Jesus. That is the scariest feeling. It's just like in the movies.
Yes.
Open the door, you look out in the hallway, you see nothing. I mean, there wasn't even whispers. I didn't even hear people in their dorm rooms talking. I thought, wait the hell a minute. Is this a TV movie? Because when I looked out, I said, where is everybody at? And I'm looking down the hall each direction. I didn't see nobody. I didn't hear nobody. I didn't hear no music playing. I said, oh, hell no. This is somebody trying to set me up. Trying to set me up. Big girl was getting into that bathroom. You heard? It was like I had skates on when I got down to that bathroom.
You ain't got time to sit down. Just stand up and come on through.
Man, that's why it's not good to read stuff like that lately. It's really not. I don't recommend it. Don't read that crazy stuff. Watching it late night, you know you got to go to sleep after you watch that crazy stuff. For those coming in, William Cosby has been released from prison. Weigh in. Give me your opinion. Hit the link. Go ahead.
I do that with Discovery ID when they do all the murder mysteries.
Yeah.
Then I think about it and I be like, I'm hearing something. I don't know if it's wind, people. Yeah. I'll be like, I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah.
Because it get real. You're right. Yeah. It get dark, then everybody sleep.
I go to sleep to all that ID at night. I used to do that months back, and I hate been doing that since I've been doing more of it on my YouTube stuff. But because I've missed a lot of stuff on TV, I'm like months behind my TV shows, all my reality shows. I'm not up on anything. I watched a brief clip. No, I watched one episode of Put a Ring on It, season 2, which I love that show on the OWN network. It's really a good show. I watched the first episode. It was on YouTube. I'm behind. I'm behind on everything. I mean, I'm 6 months at least behind on my TV show.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm behind. I don't know what's going on 90 Day Fiance, The Housewives of Atlanta. I'm way back. I'm backed up. I got a DVD now from the library for The Americans. I think they're probably off the air, but that's a really good show too.
I gave up on those Housewives long time.
Spies in America.
I only know if it's on social media. I'm behind. I'm like seasons off.
Let me tell you what my baby brother called Facebook today. I said, boy, you know you come up with some sayings. He's just like me. He's just a miniature version of me. He said, ain't nobody want to hear all that you talking about on that damn sympathy channel. I said, what?
Sympathy channel?
I said, like Hallmark channel. I said, what you trying to say? But and I thought about that. He right, because that's what people do. They get up there and they moan, they cry, they put all this stuff about their life, what happened yesterday, who broke their heart, who betrayed them, talking slick, talking limericks like you don't know they talking about you. Man, ain't nobody worried about that stuff on that live book. Nobody. Like he said, the sympathy channel. And this is the sympathy channel too. Part 2. Because this is showing up the live book too.
But I like YouTube. I ain't on Facebook.
They're the same.
That's the sympathy channel in the live book.
YouTube is an extension of Facebook. Quite frankly, it feeds off Facebook.
Wow.
Because when people do their network, first thing they say is, "Let me tell you what they said on Facebook."
The sympathy channel, the live book.
Mookie said this on Facebook. They can't even run a story on YouTube without mentioning Facebook.
Right.
And that's just the way it is. The live book.
I know you guys fell out when he said the sympathy channel.
He's a liar and a thief. That's all. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to William Cosby being released from prison yesterday.
What?
Never can tell, honey. Never can tell. So do you think do you all think that Camille is at that house?
Possibly tonight, maybe. Possibly.
Is she probably there now? She probably in California.
Okay, but why the grass wasn't cut?
No, I'm saying. I said she probably there now.
Okay, I'm gonna say it one more time. Why was the grass not cut?
Maybe because nobody was living there.
No, I'm gonna say it one more time. Why was the grass not cut?
I don't know why his maintenance people or
You are a multi-millionaire. Whether you in the house, at the condo,
his maintenance people.
Grass.
Where was the maintenance
You
people?
have a house here, a house there. You paying the taxes, the mortgage. You keep sure somebody goes in and checks the house, condo, stay what?
Yeah, that's what I said. Where was the maintenance people?
Yeah, because you want me to believe they own this house, whatever the arrangement is, and nobody was cutting the grass. Oh no. And it's been spring for some time. So the grass been growing. And in order for you to get a citation, you had also got notices.
That's what I was going to say, Queen. How many notices did
That's what I keep trying to tell you. Always listen to what has been said.
They were like, wait a minute. How many times did the HOA and how
Always remember, any type of citation from the city of a payment means you had gotten notices beforehand.
Right.
No.
Somebody wasn't doing their job over there while he was on
Okay, they said they wouldn't give, they paid enough. They were tired.
How about this? How about somebody was never there? Say, whoa.
But that's what I just asked.
How do you even know that Camille even stayed?
That's why I said I think she was in California somewhere.
Camille ain't in that house. I don't think she would. If I find out otherwise, I'll bring you the commentary.
Maybe she's with other family because she old too.
It said a lot.
She probably was in New York or California.
Living her best life.
I won't doubt that Bill Cosby is up in there by himself.
She probably there now with and the kids. They probably
grandkids
by now.
But you don't find it funny she wasn't standing there with all those people?
Because I said she wasn't there.
Maybe she wanted to be around family and didn't want to be there. I don't know. Because she older too. I don't know how old she is. He 80-something. I never knew how old she exactly was.
Hey, Tang.
Camille wasn't in the state.
Oh, she older like her husband.
Camille had to get a flight. She had to get a flight to Pennsylvania.
What? She was young.
I knew she was older. I just never knew I never did really see her a lot, even when they were young. I never.
I'm going to tell you something. A person is getting out of prison at 83 and you don't find it strange their wife is not there waiting on them. Stay woke.
Well, I thought she could have a long time ago to protect money.
Make it make sense. My husband's been gone for 2 years, whatever. He just got out of prison. He can barely see, barely walk, barely talk. And I'm not standing there waiting on my husband.
She's tired.
Even if I'm sitting in a wheelchair to the side myself, don't you think the camera would pan and say, there go Mrs. Cosby?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't believe she was in the state. She was trying to get there. Probably trying to get there,
You know went and said the whole damn state. Okay.
Seriously, because I mean,
she was tired of this circle when it was going on. She just wanted to get her money.
She ran the corner trying to get the toll booth. That's why she was late.
Yeah.
Not the toll booth queen.
She had to charter that flight.
I will not be surprised that Camille Cosby checked out a long time ago.
She probably checked out after the conviction.
She probably did.
Because she was there with him, throughout the court.
Thing said she's 77.
Oh, okay. She tired.
Hey, look, at 77, let me tell you something. You got the right to be whatever the hell you want to be. If you want to walk in right now into a building and say you're a damn fairy and wear two tights. You can't.
With $400 million behind your name,
That's
you
why
could do
folks
it.
tell you when you get to a certain age, you ain't got to explain yourself. You don't owe nobody no explanation. You ain't got to explain why you want to drink, smoke, fornicate. That's when you and God. You just do what the hell you want. At 77, I'd walk out there in a bikini and mow the grass. Here I is. I'm gonna cut the grass in my damn leotard or whatever
Well,
I
go
want.
ahead, Queen.
What
You
I want.
better. I guess she tired. Bill wore her out. She tired.
But that's a lot to go through at an older age. To hear allegations that your husband had been drugging women. See, nobody even thought about that. Nobody thought about how Camille felt to hear those allegations that her husband had been milking people for years. Dee Dee, how you jump off the scene?
Dee Dee right up there.
Dee
You don't
Dee?
see her?
Yeah, but she jumped back up again. I don't know what's going on with her. Hey, what's up?
I don't know. I was talking and then it just blanked.
Okay, you all right now?
Oh, I'm fine. I see y'all, but I just saw two of me.
Under two.
Y'all can hear me fine?
Yeah.
Let me see. I'll remove her out. Hello, you still here?
Dee Dee is off the screen.
Yeah, I took her out because it's two of them
Okay.
up here. They're saying add to the string. I don't know what's going on. Okay. They're still saying add to the string. Let me see. Did you there? Oh. Miss Cosby probably knew all about his crap, and now it's the time to get all worried about it at her age. Not the time to get all worried. There's nothing she could do. Let me tell you something about people. A lot of people know what people have been doing, have been accused of, but they stick with them anyway.
Yeah.
They just don't say anything.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was my Wi-Fi. I don't know.
Yeah. Don't ever think a person don't know what a person's been doing or what they've been accused of. Just because they don't tell you don't mean they don't know nothing about it. They don't owe you an explanation. And see, that's what people don't understand about social media, the news. I don't have to tell you I know what my husband's been doing or what he's been accused of, if I'm going to stay, if I'm going to go, because I don't owe you an explanation. But we as people feel like we're owed an explanation when people's sins come to light. I don't owe you. Because that's one old lady once said about her son when he was talking crazy to her. She said, first of all, what he needs to know is, I didn't send for you. Oh, I love that saying. I didn't send for you. So what is the problem? That's a queen's favorite line. I didn't send for you. So it ain't supposed to be no malfunction. Right?
Right.
Yep.
I didn't send for you. What you hollering and screaming about? That part. Air Force says Camille moved to a mansion in Shelbourne, Massachusetts.
How you know Air Force?
Y'all went from the jail to Massachusetts. Lord have mercy.
Camille running a check. See, everybody wanted her to say something. Camille said he rich. Why would I divorce him?
Her
I'm gonna
payout,
get this money.
her payout will be just as sweet. This is what you gotta understand. What I just said. You old. It don't even matter.
Yeah.
The payout gonna be sweet regardless. You ain't
His
getting ready
wife
to
on me.
even if she got 200 million, 400 million, she ain't getting ready to live long enough to spend it. Lady almost 80 years old allegedly. Shit, you done. How much as my daddy, he and his wife when they were living, love Haagen Dazs. How much Haagen Dazs ice cream can you buy? You done had the best of everything. Doesn't matter.
Right. Right.
She's sitting back counting her days
I guess so.
and her bills. I'm talking about
Okay, let me stop all that nonsense now. Just telling you.
That's what I said.
She's had the best of everything. He's had the best of everything. It wouldn't matter right now. She just got a little bitty cabin in the woods.
Maybe she protecting her peace. I don't know. You know, people love to say that now.
Protecting her what?
Her peace.
Her peace?
Yes.
Oh, whatever. I'm
She don't want to be bothered.
I'm trying to think. She's older. I get it. That's what people don't understand about aging. What you put up with at this age, that age, you don't put up with at another age. If you're 50, you don't put up with shenanigans you put up with in your 20s and 30s. That's the whole purpose of age.
Right.
To do better.
Yeah.
And that's what's so sad about life is that it's a shame to grow older and you're still putting up with the same shit you put up with 20, 30 years ago. Or you're still making the same mistakes you made 20, 30 years ago. Your temperament is still the same from 20, 30 years ago. But everything's a learning process. Sometimes we can't overcome our demons. I know, I'm a living witness. There's times I just want to scream, I just want to go the hell off. That's why I tell people, please stay out of my way. I ain't what you want. That's my favorite line. I'm not what you want. Please go somewhere. Leave me be. Because I will say I'm my best when I am to myself. I do my own thing. I zone out. I'm in my own cocoon, my own world. Why are you here trying to get inside of it?
Yep.
Why are you trying to infiltrate? Bye, Satan. Go on somewhere.
Camille checked out with them Benjamins.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, like Michael Jackson said, leave me alone.
When Bill went to jail, have y'all ever thought maybe she was getting a break?
Exactly. That's why I said nobody thought about Camille. You don't know what she do, didn't know over the years being married to him. And maybe that was her reprieve. When that man went to prison, she got to breathe. Imagine now trying to take care of somebody that can't walk, can't see, can't talk. Bye, Felicia. Hell no, I like my freedom.
Yeah.
Trying to take care of you. I'm old too. Now I got to push you around, lug you around, bathe you, put your clothes on like I got a baby. But as the one in the chat said, till death do us apart.
Feed you, wash you up.
But
prop your feet up.
Let me tell you about sickness and health. That don't mean nothing because you're not in them people's shoes and you don't know what a person has put somebody through. And let me tell you, a lot of people are with people, like you say, just for the check, the income. They don't want them folks. They don't even want to be in the same house, let alone the same bed with them.
Yeah, she got plenty of. I'm quite sure she got plenty of people lined up to take care of him.
Huh?
I said I'm quite sure she had plenty of people lined up to take care of him.
Possibly, but I'm just saying the expected behavior is for her to aid him. That's her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she said she on vacation. She tired.
But one place we know she ain't, and that's Surfside, Florida. Shut up, Quay.
Well, not out. That vacation is over.
Hey, look,
Bill is home.
Ain't nobody in Surfside, Florida today.
Right.
And that's a mess of. Oh my gosh.
That part.
We won't be taking a dog down there.
Oh my goodness.
You know a damn dog sitting on the park bench saying, I told you that damn building was gonna fall. Didn't I tell you that, Rufus?
That ain't funny.
Everybody blaming everybody.
Rufus.
Not Rufus.
Did I tell you that damn building was gonna fall? They wouldn't listen. I'm trying to tell you, Roscoe. I know.
Yeah.
Queen, stop.
Not out, you great.
Who was it?
Yeah, some dogs been sitting on the park bench in front of the ocean saying, man, I told you that damn building was gonna fall. They wouldn't listen. They talking about they was out there looking for the cat. What do you think the cat is? Really? Coco is probably gone.
To the upper room.
You think Coco survived falling up the balcony, falling if you went out there on the balcony? You think that damn cat survived? It's a cat. Jesus, well, what is y'all saying?
What did you say?
Come on, Coco, get your food. All right, see if Coco come. It'd be another cat rolling up. I'll take that.
Oh my
Now, I'm
God.
respectful. Come on, you gotta use common sense now.
Ruth
But I was
said who?
looking at that debris today, tonight. I was lying in the bed talking to my brother, but I was just looking at the debris. It's just like what they said. That them bottom slabs, man, look just like pancakes, literally.
Mm-hmm.
So that was what exactly? The swimming pool or the garage? I'm confused. What is it? Because you don't even know what you're looking at.
You showed out.
Because my thing is that part of the building, the facade, or what? Or what's up under that? The garage and the basement and the swimming pool.
That's a lie.
And hey, there ain't nobody thought about somebody coming in late night, sitting in that damn garage, parking their car. Shut up, Queen.
Yeah.
Can you imagine somebody came in late from being out eating, drinking, or something, and they parking their car in that damn garage, and that bad boy start tumbling and fumbling and shaking, and you in there can't get out quick enough? And now that's a death right there.
Mm-hmm. Remind me of Final Destination.
You can't get out of there to run nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
You is sandwiched down because you own the bottom. That's cruel right there.
Oh, wow.
Somebody knew something. I don't be understanding how they talking about an inspection every 40 years. I ain't never heard of it.
So what?
Never. That the inspection was like every 40 years.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. No, look, you make sure that they pay their taxes and this and that. So how the hell they wait 40 years to pay their taxes and mortgage? Ignorant.
I said in the chat the other night that they didn't care about those people because I was like, that don't make sense. But the other person, the other person you mentioned that said that they have been saying it's slowly sinking by about 2 centimeters a day. If that person knew, nobody else knew nothing.
I mean, let's see.
Lord have mercy. That's why I don't like leaving comments on.
What is it, Queen? What do you mean on me?
The corpse are getting recovered now in 3s and 4s.
What do you mean? I don't understand that.
They found some more people. Is what you're saying?
I know they found two girls, two little girls.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, well, I think one was 10 and one was 12 or something like that. Sisters. Oh my gosh.
I don't believe that they didn't know what was going on.
Well, Omi, you're gonna find more people as you start sifting through the rubble.
Yeah, and I needed like 145 people still unaccounted for.
Yeah, you're gonna find more people. The more you sift, the more things you're going to discover. That's just the way it is. Sad. Well, too many days have gone by for somebody to live up under that. Because if you look at the top layers, it's just like what they said, it's pancake. No way you could live. You would crush. That's horrible death. Some people on the channel talking today. There's a news channel giving, an update. People saying such vile, nasty stuff, stupid stuff. That's why I said they shouldn't even have the comments on those news channel videos on YouTube. People don't know how to talk. They act stupid. Just be glad you weren't in there. That's what I'm telling.
I want it.
Just be grateful you weren't in there, sleeping, slumbering on the balcony, on the sofa, watching TV, and tail went crumbling down. Because I don't think anybody really thinks about what it would be like right now to be sitting in your house, your apartment, and the damn roof caves in. While you sit there. Sleep is one thing, but woke is another. Very sad. Very, very sad.
And I think it could have been avoided.
Well, my thing is what I told somebody tonight is that the issue is with the people in the building. They really caused this to themselves because they didn't want to pay the money to fix the building. Some people may not like that comment, but it's obvious. You've been wrangling for 3 years about paying for the building.
Because I thought buildings had to be up to code, and if they wasn't getting repairs fixed, that would put the building out of code, which means you either do that or everybody has to vacate. It would be deemed unsafe.
Well, that's the whole point. Somebody says they knew they had problems, but not to the extent of crumbling.
What?
But I feel like this. Once you saw rebar, you should have known better. Come on. I know that much. And like some guy I was reading said, he said, I'm not a scientist, I'm not an architect, but I got enough sense to know once you see rebar coming out the concrete, you got a problem. And when you're talking about the pillars, that's what's holding up the damn building. And you didn't think that was not a problem? Rebar showing through the concrete, sticking out. It's not even supposed to be moving to stick out, let alone be seen. So it's one thing if the concrete has broken
Right.
around the rebar. If the rebar has now shifted out of its place, you don't find that's serious. Come on now.
Right.
Whole damn building. It was hard for us to believe the towers when they fell. Because, whether you know about gasoline, what it would take for a building to fall, you're buying and saying, damn, I still can't believe that, even with 2 planes going through. And we assume that because it was built a certain way, that even with the planes hitting the building, it would not fall. But the sick part is the building that got hit second is the one that fell first. Come on with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because of where the plane hit it near the middle. So that fuel was burning those metal
The
things.
glass. Mm-hmm.
But when you don't really think about it, you're not focusing on that. You're just in your mind saying, damn, I still can't see how, the buildings fell. I can see some injury, of course, because planes went into the building. But somebody should have lived. And the building shouldn't have fell all the way down. As they said, it was the gasoline. It's the gasoline burning the building.
Melting the metal.
Melting the metal.
Oh, wow.
Lord have mercy. That was the most horrific scene ever known in this history. Besides hell slavery, I say that. Watching a building come down.
I remember exactly where I was at.
Just like I do too. Matter of fact, I was sleeping when I got up. I got the news. I woke up, I think at 10. It was 10:25.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in the living room and turned the TV on. And I was just sitting there looking at it, half groggy, doing like that. And I said, what is that? I said, what? I said, damn, that building fell down.
Yep.
And I, didn't understand what I was looking at. I said, no, that ain't no building. Tower falling down. 2 falling down. Them folks was rushing in Knoxville, TBA, which is a government building, which is a water supply. When I got up to get out, them folks was running out them buildings like rats.
I couldn't go to work.
It was hell. I said, oh,
Yes.
Lord.
Yeah.
This is hell because TVA is, part of the government. And I just saw all the people running out of the buildings, hurrying, trying to get to their cars and stuff. Gas, that was the start of the gas issue. Everybody running to fill up their cars. I just was like, Lord have mercy. What has happened?
Yeah. I was I was watching the news and talking to my husband, and I looked and I said, where's it play? Did that really just happen? And then when the second one I started screaming, my husband come running like, what is wrong with you? And I couldn't talk. All I could do was just point.
Driving Uber. They had Uber in 2001. Now don't you start. The hell you say it's Air Force?
Air Force a mess.
You was in a damn Flintstone car. Don't start talking crazy. Go ahead, Dee. I ain't listening to Air Force.
Yeah, but when all that happened, we all were scared to go in buildings. And I was like, whoo, Lord Jesus.
In the replay, I can watch it even now because there are so many documentaries on 9/11. But I can watch it. Because it's sad to say it's fascinating. Sick and fascinating at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just hard to believe buildings that stood that tall tumbled down. Such as this building here. This building is nowhere near the size of the Twin Towers, but nonetheless, it's still a structure.
Yeah.
And it's hard to watch a building crumble down.
But to see it in real time, it was just, ugh.
Oh, what's scary? People looking, pointing.
Yes, looking up like
the plane. There it goes. Boom.
I'm like,
what right behind you standing watching it. I mean, imagine the people that was on the street looking like that damn thing like here, it's gonna hit the building. And it did.
And then the second one, I'm like, why are you guys standing there? Get out of there. Get out. Oh my gosh. That was so
I'm gonna tell you what this here. When the first building got hit, this is what's stupid. The people in the second building, somebody was over there telling them people to go back in their damn building. Well, guess what? That's the building that fell first.
Mm-hmm.
The second one fell first.
I'm sorry. So
you coming out from hearing something in the first building. Somebody downstairs telling you, no, go back upstairs.
Not me.
Go back upstairs. Everything all right. Hell, ain't nothing all right. Dude, this building is on fire. What the fuck is you talking about?
I'm going home. Bye.
And that's why you should know in a disaster, don't listen to other people. Do what's best for you.
Thank you.
Because the second building fell first. So while the people in the second building are running out or going out to see what the hell's going on, they should have stayed out. Because in the end, their building fell first, not the first building that was hit.
Right.
So that lets you know the devil was busy.
Yes, he sure was. Extremely. Oh, Lord.
Folks jumping out of windows. Can you imagine? I'd rather jump out to my death than burn to death. Damn, that's deep. Just looking at the arms coming out of the window. It's a figure. Because you're so far up.
Yeah, it was.
All you can see is just arms spread out and legs. And you're watching a human being jump to his or her death.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Lord have mercy. Like this country is just backwards.
Very.
Something going on with the military right now. We've been attacked. I saw a notification earlier tonight.
Queen.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just thinking. Now the Navy set off a 40,000-ton bomb on June 18th, 100 miles from Palm, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they may have even caught?
My sister-in-law was saying something about 2 days ago about something was detonated, but I hadn't heard anything about what she was saying.
Yes, and they said that the explosion, they did it in the sea, the Atlantic Sea, but it was like 100 miles away from Florida, Palm, Florida.
The undercurrent under the water went up under that building.
Well, they were saying that The explosion was like a 3.9 magnitude earthquake on land.
Well, then if that's the case, then other buildings would have fallen too, possibly, or had
No,
some
no,
type of structural
no,
damage.
no. I was saying you think maybe that helped it along because the building was in desperate need of
Well, see,
repair.
that's the whole thing. Like that, like the article about today said, there's probably a lot of contributing factors
Mm-hmm.
because it was already deteriorating. A scientist, a professor already said it's been sinking since the early '90s.
Right. Mm-hmm.
2 millimeters a month. That's a lot.
But the Navy hurry up and put a statement out. We had nothing to do with it. It had nothing to do with it. I was like, wow.
It's probably a lot of things had something to do with that building falling.
Mm-hmm.
The ground is wet. It's wetlands that you built the building on. That's first and foremost.
Right.
It was sinking, filling up with water.
And
Another building was being built right across the way, which was making the ground shake. And possibly that earthquake, whatever went on with that Navy stuff, could have helped it as well. This is probably a lot of factors.
yeah.
But the point is, it was already having issues
And they
beforehand.
didn't take care of it.
Yeah, they didn't take care of it.
Wow.
It's very
Wow.
sad.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a lot of finger pointing.
Well, the people in the building gonna have to point the fingers at themselves because y'all waited to tally up an amount to pay to get the building restored. You waited too late. A lot of people aren't gonna want to hear that. But in the end, that's between the people in the building and the homeowners associations and the board. That's all them. That's all them. A report came out in 2018 for something to be done about the building. So that's 3 years before the building failed. That's on the people in the building.
And I don't understand the city either. Why didn't y'all step on their necks too? These are high rises.
Yeah. Well, they had their code of ethics, which was every 40 years, which don't make no sense.
Yeah.
But they not gonna do every 40 years from now. It's a 5-day window right now to check all buildings.
Yeah, like I said, over here in Vegas, I bet you there's these building inspectors on these casino hotels and everywhere, checking everything now.
Air Force says, I know those board members have lost their positions. Well, like I said, it's a blame game with everybody involved, the people in the building, because in the end, those are the ones who sign off for the budget fee. Because
I know the building inspector who signed off on it. What in 2018 they didn't put him on leave.
Say what did he do?
The building inspector who signed off in 2018.
Okay.
They didn't put him on leave. He was on another job. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't put him on leave now. I said, wow.
They did what? They put him on leave.
Yes. I mean, I just had the article up. Dang it. Yeah, the man who.
The tenants are the ones who have to agree to the budget, sweetheart. That's their money in the building. That's how the building was able to come together for the money. It's their money. Who do you think they're getting the money from? Somebody has to pay to fix the building. It's not the city's job to fix the building. Those are condos. Those people own that property in the building. So that's why they have a board of directors to come up with ideas, ways to better the building. However, so they have to talk to the people in the building about a budget. It's the people in the building who have to sign off on the budget.
And they sent them letters in April, what, $15 million or something?
Yeah. That's what people don't, I mean, how y'all don't understand that? These people knew about problems 3 years ago, not just April. The understanding was that it had some problems, but like we just said, you still had to sign off on the money. That's what was the problem. They didn't want to sign off on the money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is coming from the Wall Street Journal. Okay. The Surfside, Florida building official who gave the condo that collapsed here Thursday a clean bill of health as recently as November 2018 has been placed on leave from his current job as interim building official for Doral, Florida, the city said Tuesday. So yeah.
Now say that again. He got out the position in 18.
No, in 2018 he signed off on that building.
Oh, you mean say that it was okay? Is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Now
So what was his position? He was what now?
he's the building inspector. So it's like building official who gave the condo that collapsed on Thursday a clean bill of health as recently as November 2018 has been placed on leave from his current job as interim building official for Doral, Florida, the city said. So he was in Surfside in 2018 and he signed off on the building, but now he's in Doral, Florida as building inspector and they didn't put him on leave.
And Doral.
Yeah, and he has another job
now.
Hmm?
Because of what happened now.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Y'all can think however you want. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. If you see water flooding your garage, that's on you that you stay there. Now, I don't care what nobody says.
But I'm like you.
Like this man said that out of his own mouth. Every month it filled with water. So how long are you gonna keep paying a mortgage with a basement garage filled with water? Come on now.
Yeah. And on CNN, they were saying somebody had just purchased one of the condos 2 weeks ago.
We already brought that information about the garage, honey. You must not have been following my content. I've already mentioned that in my lives already about the garage filling up with water. I just brought that content day before yesterday. That's why I just said the garage filled up every month with water. Salt water erodes concrete.
Yeah. So yeah, these people knew.
I'm not going to stay in the building knowing it's flooding every day. That makes no sense.
Yeah, that's the thing. These people knew.
You're going to ruin my car if you're flooding.
Yep. Wow.
And that means it didn't just happen one day. This has been an ongoing issue.
I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm talking about common sense. Most people drive a car. You're going to keep parking your car in a garage and every month it floods with water. And then you got to wait till the water is pumped out. And who knows how long that takes. And like they said, the pumps were running out because they were overworked. So they had to keep replacing the pumps.
And maintenance was letting them know.
You know that. There's no way you're living in that building and you don't know that the garage is filling up with water. How would you not know that? And they already said that people talked about that building every day in that city. And I believe them.
And they said maintenance was letting the people know too. But they chose to stay. Like you said, Queen, ain't no way in the world. No, not me. Gotta go.
You look at it and can tell there's something wrong with it. That's less common sense. Because stuff don't just happen one day. This has been ongoing, which means they would have solved these issues before they decided to live there.
That scientist said he did research a year ago. The building has been sinking since the early 90s.
Yeah.
2 millimeters, I believe, a month.
But yeah, they were saying that the maintenance was telling them anyway of the ongoing issues and stuff. They chose to stay.
Well, people saw the issues. There's people who are verifying they saw something wrong in the building.
And you chose to stay.
And you chose to stay. So what is it to argue about?
Yeah.
All does someone accept the fact that somebody who lived in the building chose to continuously stay?
Now, unfortunately.
And those are the same people who have to vote on the price to fix the building.
That's right.
That's their money. So they're the ones that put the vote.
Yep. The association fees. Whether they going up.
Concrete don't break apart in one day. That's an ongoing issue with water. That's ongoing. Flooding is ongoing.
And they knew it. And
And just like I brought you an article today that said they've got a clause that says they will move you somewhere else if something happens while living in the building. So that should tell you something right there. They knew something would jump off with the weather, hurricanes, yeah.
Right. Yes.
Because you have never heard of a clause being set in place for living in a building that the insurance or whomever will move you to a new location if something happens to the building, be it from a hurricane, tropical storm, whatever. That is unheard of. Now I brought you that information earlier.
Yeah, y'all check the video out.
Yes, they waited too late.
You can't be cheap and then be like, oh, something might happen and see all these issues and be like, oh, well, we didn't think it would happen.
And I get
Buildings
it.
do have wear and tear.
I know nobody thought a building would fall. Well, nobody thought the towers would fall. But if you didn't know the gas could burn, now you know.
I would think just like you build a building can come down. I would never think a building is built and nothing could ever happen.
Yeah, that's right. Who's to say man-made
Wear
buildings
and tear.
are last? You
Right.
Anything that gets worn out.
Right. And that's what they're saying. Salt water. It was eating away concrete in the building.
Yeah.
Because like the guy said in the article I brought you, you don't build a roof flat there. You build it slanted because the water needs to go somewhere. That's the problem. The water was filling up. It had nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
So you want me to believe you stayed in that building and never knew that the garage was full of water. Month for month. You never knew that. Come on now.
Right.
And then to see the plaster and stuff chipping and
you know, it probably had all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah, and cracks. Y'all see that?
It was shift. You see a shift. You will feel a shift when you walk on the concrete.
Let me tell you what they probably had. They probably had cracks in the hallways, cracks in their apartments. That's how you know the foundation is jacked up. When you see cracks in the wall of your house, your apartment, the building has shifted.
Yeah, because before the building went down, they were showing the different cracks and how the plaster had fell off and under the balconies and up there by the pool up top. And
yeah, that's where they think most of the main problem is from the pool.
Yeah, I was like,
they said when that thing shifted, come down, because somebody's got the video when the building fell. They said when that pool moved, it took that middle part of that building with it.
Yep. I was like, wow, look at this.
Sad.
You have to stay on top of maintenance, especially living in areas where they get hurricanes and you buy water and you know.
And they flood every year. They flood every year.
Yeah, like the article said, Florida was a wasteland.
Yes.
It really is not designed, truthfully, to be lived on. It's not designed to be lived on. It's like the swamp. That's why it's a swamp.
Yep.
You're gonna put a house on top of a swamp. You're gonna drain the swamp and build a house on top of it.
Well, yeah, they're just like people that live on water. It's the same thing. They have boat houses and stuff.
Yeah,
that's just nothing but water. Right tank erosion.
Oh my God, this is just sad and horrendous.
Yeah, and so for the people that's at 87 Park, West Park, whatever, 87 Park, you sitting there talking all that junk about we our building got new products, new this. Well, whatever. You still on the west.
I'm like, you can nope. Y'all
on top of sand and water.
You don't even supposed to live on water. I don't know where people think the water is gonna go.
Thank you.
All four of you. Nope, that's okay. I'm good.
Florida's known for sinkholes as well.
It sure is. Oh my goodness.
So you ain't got to be near the ocean, like how those buildings are. You're inland, and your house can fall to the earth.
Right.
Far down as it want to go. Which that happened a couple years ago. The man was in the bed, and I don't even think they ever retrieved him from the earth, did they?
I don't know.
So
I've
bad.
seen people
God.
drive
Yes.
It's
and fall into a sinkhole.
yes.
Yeah, he was in the yes. Oh my God. I remember that.
Now imagine that your house just fall down into the earth.
Right.
Yep.
That's
You can
jack.
go on YouTube and see this. Sinkholes opening up in the street, people driving and the whole street open up and their
Yeah,
cars go down.
we have sinkholes in Tennessee. I've learned that the past couple of years. So
Hmm.
that's what I have to look forward to as well. Sinkholes.
So
But if
people
nobody
have to
told
take accountability.
if nobody ever told you, how would you know? You don't know. Nobody told you.
Right.
It's very sad. Well, it's getting
It
late.
is.
Already 2:21 in. Well, Bill Cosby has been released. Y'all going to bed?
No.
No.
You want to talk about Miss Gorilla Glue?
Yeah.
Okay. You need to read that article because I didn't read that article.
I wasn't gonna read it on this live because this live is about Bill Cosby. We went on to talk about Florida, but
Okay.
I'm gonna end this live because I'm already over my time. But Bill Cosby has been released from prison. The state, well, the Supreme Court, excuse me, of Pennsylvania overturned his conviction. He is now a free man. I'm wondering if actually he is at that home alone or is Miss Camille there. When I get verification, I'll let you know. I will be going live again to talk about Miss Gorilla Glue. She has now a hairline. People already said they felt like that's what she was signing up to do
Well,
anyway,
I
was
tell
to
you,
herself. So possibly she did give most of that money away to other people for charity that she got from her IG donations or whatever. This should be very interesting. And we'll also, maybe we'll see if she's got pictures of her having some hair. Shut up, Queen.
and ain't she pregnant?
And allegedly she was pregnant, was she not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
I
she
think
had
the
claimed
last
at
update
first.
she was pregnant, wasn't she? And now she got a hairline, like I said, and a reality show probably shortly after.
Yeah, you said that months ago, and I just refuse to even think of her doing anything pertaining to television. That's very scary.
Because I
The
knew they was marketing
hairline
her,
is
and I
enough.
was like, "Come on now." Yeah, I see what's going on here.
Yeah.
That's what they do with these people. They go viral. They set them up. They on TV. They
Because I'm
doing
going to go in and read it. I just really want to know what is the product exactly. Is
I
it
hope
jail?
not Gorilla Glue.
I hope it's jail.
Oh my God,
Consider
not
you use
jail.
glue as jail, so I hope the marketing jail.
And who would take her hair tips if she was dumb enough to put the Gorilla Glue in her hair? Put glue,
I just want to
to hold it down.
company marketing whatever this product is. I'm going to bring you that information. I want to thank you all for joining me. As I state, this video is about Mr. Bill Cosby. He has been released from prison. He is home. And when I get more information, I will bring you that information. Thank you all for joining me. The mods on deck. Amen. Miss Dee Dee,
Right.
for joining
Welcome.
me. Please pray for the family of Chad Carr. He is still missing out of East Tennessee. Now there is a young lady missing by the name of Deshina Kyle. I brought you a video of that yesterday.
It's
She is
pretty.
missing. I've spoke briefly with two relatives pertaining to Miss Kyle's disappearance. When I get more information pertaining to the disappearance, I will bring it to you. Please pray for her. Go to her Facebook page. I don't know if she has a Facebook page, but there's information about her on Facebook. Family are putting up posts pertaining to her disappearance, and that this is unlike her to go missing. She left behind a dog, car, I believe apartment, and we will wait and see what the law officials have to say pertaining to the disappearance of Miss Sheena Kyle, pretty girl, missing, African American. Chad Carr, 32, African American, missing from Clinton, Tennessee, from a halfway house. The foundation. Going to stay on it to the very end. Thank you all so much for the support. God bless all of you. If you want to support the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. If you want to donate to the channel, I will be back with another video pertaining to Gorilla Glue Girl. She now has a hair care line. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Thank you.